So I went from completely broke to successful in 3 months, and I'm not bragging. I want to tell you exactly how I did it. I went from making a few $1,000s a month at my 9 to 5 job as an interior designer to making over $50,000 a month. Most people think that success is like a lamp of Aladdin or a light bulb that turning on, and that all of a sudden that makes you successful. But that's not how it happens. At least that's not what happens with me. I can assure you, especially if you are broke right now, if you have not enough financial freedom and that you want to be in that, so this will be the most important video that you watch. So now let's rewind in my life. Real good guys, if you are interested in learning more about Amazon FBA step by step, then be sure to check out my free guide here at the first link in the description down below. This all started a few years ago now. In early 2015, I was stuck in my 9 to 5 designer job. I absolutely hated it. I was working at one of the architect companies in California. Every single day I wake up at 6 a.m., get dressed in formal clothes, and then I fight with the traffic to go work. It was the same routine every single day from Monday through Friday, and basically paying off all the money that I made towards my student debt. I used to work from 9 to 5 and sometimes as much as 12 hours a day, literally. After 1 year of 80 hours a week working or sometimes more, I wanted to take a leave for 2 days as my grandmother was not feeling well and she lives far. After so many arguments with my boss, I got a leave for 24 hours. I visited her, but I was all the time on phone and emails that I could not get time to even talk to her properly. So when I came back, within few hours, I got the news that she fell down and got injured. In that moment, I looked at my life and wondered what I am doing here. My professional, financial, personal life was suffering. I had no time for my loved ones or even for me. I got fed up so much. I was so fed up that one night after an experience with my boss, I decided to change my life for good. I came home and I sat down in front of my computer, having like no other choice. I started searching for different methods to make money online. I went on YouTube also and searched for videos and all that stuff. I read about people who are living their dream lives through passive income and how they manage to quit their 9 to 5 jobs and also leave that life completely behind and replace it with a life of fulfillment and success. After seeing enough of these people online, from my brain started to believe that there is much more wider world for me. I just needed to explore it. So guys, I know exactly how you feel and how bad you want success. You want to leave that shitty 9 to 5 job behind and you want to do it as fast as possible like I do. And also so that through my own journey, through my own story, I'm gonna give you an inspiration and a roadmap so that you can go and also become successful as fast as possible. At that point, I had no entrepreneur in my friends or family who could guide me. It was just me and my laptop. Therefore, I searched deep and deep. I started to read books. Also, I started to search as many successful entrepreneurs to start their day with books. Therefore, I also started to read every day, like for 30 minutes. The first book that I read was called Rich Dad, Poor Dad. And that book changed my life and opened up my mind. The book focuses on the importance of the financial independence and emphasizes the importance of building wealth through investments by comparing two fathers. It taught me the lessons that I won't forget ever in my life. That is how I realized that the rich don't work for money, they work for financial freedom, and they invented money. Also work to learn and don't work for money. With reading, I started my first attempt to start earning online, and that is when I started to work on Odesk, which is now called Upwork. I started writing articles for people. I used to write like 10 to 12 articles per day. It was actually popular a few years ago as they cannot hire the writers, and it was best to get it written online in good quality and price. So I wrote probably like about many niches from beauty to tech, but very quickly I kind of stumbled on it, and long story short, it failed. Even though I landed a few clients, I slowly started to realize that this business had a cap on it. And even though I was making like 5 to 8K per month with it, which is approximately 100K per year, therefore I realized that this business is definitely not going to allow me to live a passive income lifestyle. And also I would basically be at the mercy of my clients or an external platform. They could stop giving me customers anytime. So it was not the perfect idea or scenario for me at that time. Meanwhile, I was also reading books every day, and I did not leave my routine of reading 30 minutes a day. By the way, I still follow that reading routine and also arrange books for my students who read every day for 30 minutes. I usually read over 250 books per year, and I'm very lucky to be a fast reader. I basically read every single book on the subject of money and entrepreneurship that I could find. So I'm really like a bookworm. At that time, I realized that people say that net worth is in your network. At that time, I was not that social, and I did not have many friends that were entrepreneurs or mentors that I could actually look up to. That is the time I started to meet people and make new friends that I were like entrepreneurs or like mentors. I got pretty much knowledge about that, like as I read the books, The Science of Making Friends by Elizabeth. It's literally changed my life forever, essentially. I made friends with people who were more successful than me and started to build my network. I felt much more confident in my skills. I started to actually go out into public and practice the things that I was reading in this book. And then after enough consistent effort, it became much easier and natural for me to actually go out and talk to people and make friends. Meanwhile, I started with affiliate marketing, and what affiliate marketing is basically promoting other people's products and offers. I took everything that I learned from that actual failed venture, and I decided to open a website and put links to the affiliate products that I got from Clickback. I took the course about it and started working on it. I ranked the keywords in Google, and when people type that keyword on Google, they land on my website, and if they buy from that link, I earn commission. My website was in the health supplement niche. It started to work a little bit. It was making a few $100s per month, but overall I wasn't making as much as I knew I could be making for the amount of effort that I was actually putting in. So against it all, like, it failed. But I learned. The next thing I tried was blogging. As I had a lot of knowledge about writing, therefore I tried to put that all together in terms of blogging. I started a blog about health. I had all the different affiliate commissions for the products through Google AdSense. I wrote blog articles like top 10 ways to stay healthy and things to eat, and I populated with them like the pictures and all that fancy stuff. But I was making a few $100s per month. But again, ultimately it failed, and again, I learned a lot. At this point, I started to research all the different ways out there to make passive income on the internet, like real estate and stocks. I realized that I needed a ton of money to actually make money off any of these businesses. So especially like 6 figures in profit with stocks and with real, as it's like too competitive. I also realized after doing some research on it that it was incredibly difficult to beat the market, and the market rises at about 7 to 8% per year annually. If I invest $1 million, then I will be getting 5%, that is $50,000 per year. Also, I didn't have that much money at that point. Therefore, I decided to step back from that for a while until I earned that much. At that time, I read a book by Tim Ferriss called 4-Hour Work and the 7 Habits of Highly Effective People by Stephen. It actually engaged my mindset that it was possible to work for yourself. It was possible to create passive income. it was possible to create the lifestyle that I knew I personally wanted. I started to see the world through a different paradigm. Paradigms are basically the change in your beliefs and your life. And when my mindset and my paradigm changed, and instead of being the victim and blaming other people like the government or my boss for my own problems and taking full ownership and accountability of everything in my life, that is when my life started to change. And at this point, my mindset was right. My paradigm was correct, which is the most important part by far. The only problem that I wasn't finding the right finding successful business that I knew I could get. I just didn't know what I should be focusing on, as I was caught up in what's called shiny object syndrome. I was in such a hurry to succeed that I did not even actually stop to think about what I should actually be doing. Mostly people make these mistakes that they are in such a hurry to do all these things that they don't actually stop and make a plan. It is saying that a dumb person with a plan is better than a genius without a plan. So once again, guys, I started searching for more options that I did not came across that fulfilled my requirements. One day I came across the e-commerce platform. I looked through different websites, including Amazon, and I really felt like it was the best potential option out there at that time, that I can invest the rest of my money that I had saved for my 9-to-5 job into it. I agreed to give one more try to this after failing more than 3 attempts. Although it did sound a little bit too good to be true at first, because you just have to invest a little bit of money and then you can sell products online on Amazon. So I started researching more about it on Google and YouTube. I watched a lot of videos about this and how people started making 5K per month, 10K per month, 20, even 30K per month. This whole thing seemed to make sense and I was understanding the process. I doubled down and tripled down on it and eliminate the shiny object syndrome from my life. And what I quickly realized was how hard you work as an entrepreneur, exactly how much benefit you will get. And with a 9-to-5 job, it's not even like that. No matter how hard you work, you are still gonna get paid the same amount every month. So I decided to work extremely hard. So for 90 days, at that time I was doing my 9-to-5 job, and I can only work for 7 to 8 p.m. I used to work till 3 a.m. I used to come back and then I had to work till 3 a.m. from 8 to 3. And it was really kind of difficult for me. I used to get 3 or 4 hours of sleep, but at the end of that 90 days, my life and they changed forever. I was making way more than money per month from Amazon as I was in my 9-to-5 job for a year. I launched my first product there, which was a lash extend mascara. It failed miserably. For a new seller account, it was gated, and when the product was shipped and I tried to make a listing, it got rejected. And all of my inventory I had to liquefy at a low price. That is something I call a lesson, and from that I learned and tried with the second product. Second product did not sell that much well. It was 2 to 3 sales per day, and eventually I sold out my stock and made back my money, even with a little bit of profit. And then I launched my third product, and this was a massive success. This product was from a beauty niche. It's very quickly started to make 32K per month in sales, and I was on top of the world. A month later, I went on holiday with my family in Bali. I was on the beach and I was thinking that this is what I call the passive income lifestyle. After that, I keep growing my brand to other products and keep on scaling it till time. At that time, one of my entrepreneurs met me and he told me to have multiple streams of income if you want to keep building your empire. So this idea really clicked with me, and I realized that why not I start sharing my knowledge and save a lot of lives from 9-to-5 jail. Helping and teaching was my true passion in life. Then why I cannot pursue that same thing in my life? I can teach the same tactics, the same lessons that I learned to many of the people who are struggling in their life. That is when I started to do the one-to-one coaching, as I believe that the first year of selling online as a new seller is very crucial. And if you have someone to guide you in that period, the success will be yours in the future. Amazon FBA is a best business to start as a relatively small amount of money is required and you have total control over your business. This way you are building a brand which can be diversified on Shopify and other platforms. And it's not something that requires an enormous amount of time, money or effort also. You're probably saying, yeah, Sania, that's cool, but no one cares, and you are right. But my point here is that all started with one decision in one moment to make. One Google search, one decision, it created a massive snowball effect. Believe me, I started getting better at more valuable things, and most importantly, I started to gain experience into it, what's working and what's not. All you have to do is put in consistent daily work and find a person that you resonate with or you believe in. Follow the person, learn from him and execute it. Remember, it all starts from one choice to start. And if you like this video and you want more awesome content and similar to it, then do subscribe to my channel and check out the playlist that's coming your way in 3, 2, 1, go!